Y'all ready to blaze away or what?
CEO was hype even without a Tekken 8 reveal. And Tekken 7 wasn't even a top tier game this time around. It ended on Saturday, but still, it brought incredible excitement. And you know, there's a lot of talk about the commentators, you know, skill and all this stuff, but the commentary was also very on point as well. We do got to talk about the character representation. You know, the first day there was a lot of Brian Fury. Brian Fury is very popular character, but I think he's more popular in NA. So many Brian Furies, Yoshimitsus, you guys know I love those characters, but the standout I think that everyone sort of wasn't really expecting is the Noctis. Noctis. I want to see if he becomes more popular in tournaments because of this, if he becomes more popular online because of this. For those of you who played Tekken 7 when Noctis first released, he was very, very popular. He was really OP, and you know, you kind of could give Main Man some credit because Main Man also played him a lot. And then all that hype and buzz kind of played in Noctis getting nerfed, and he kind of was just like a sleeper for so long, and then now we see him finally rise up once again. I like Noctis. I know a lot of people say Tifa, yada yada yada, but we'll see if this changes once again his player usage online, tournaments, or if this changes placements in tournaments. I love that Tekken 7, you know, every character really shines no matter the situation. You also got to talk about VDX beating Arslan Ash and Chikrin. That is crazy. 2 world champions. When you start talking about who's the best, those names are definitely in the mix, and he wiped both of them clean.
The whole crowd is giving him props.
Yes, he got gassed out. You know, he didn't take the whole thing. He came in 5th place. He even acknowledged that himself on Twitter. But you cannot. The pop-off speaks for itself. You know, beating these 2 guys, not only separately, but on the same day, that's something to be very, very proud of. And honestly, you know, there's a lot of talk about NA, lol, NA sucks, but it seems like every time CEO comes around, someone puts on a spectacle, whether it's VDX or Cuddlecore, Kaiser, Anakin, and even I would give credit to the EU. The EU has a lot of sneaky players who just rise up. I think this is kind of just a testament to how good everyone is with Tekken 7. Everyone spent so much time, you know, labbing, playing, understanding this game, and you know, the right day, the right moment, it could be your time to shine. So many great matches. I would say iconic. But the one that really like kind of went the most viral was that Dragon Ball Z Fighters match. Now you guys might have saw the clip, but basically some kid, he's like 16-year-old, he lost in Dragon Ball Z. First he gets up, slams the decks, and then he spikes his controller on the ground. All of the little custom buttons go everywhere. The guy who's recording, he's just a bystander. Zooms in on the controller like, wow, do you see all its buttons? It's destroyed. And as he's looking on the ground, this guy wavoo and try to like punches him. Oh my god.
Hey, yo, what's going on? No, you chill the fuck out.
What's going, bro? What the
There was so many different reactions all across Twitter. You guys know I like to show the reactions, but it was so much that this time I just had to like, hey, you know, some people are laughing, some people are saying this is like horrible behavior. I would say it's also horrible behavior. You can't go around punching people, but boy, that is like the purest FGC there is. When you talk about toxicity and you talk about like raging, that embodies it. Like that, oh my god. But also too, another thing that was really funny was the hand covering. You guys might have saw Kakoma having that red plaid shirt over his hands hiding his inputs. There's so many different things I could say about this, and I'll say a few. One, that is so crazy how you could have something over your hands and do perfect inputs. They must practice that and really perfect that to do that in a tournament. But two, the fact that that is a tactic to like go against people is crazy. Like if you think about it, people will look at your controls, your inputs, and then react to what you're doing before it happens on screen. That to me is just something I'll never be able to do, comprehend, or even believe.
Yeah! You gotta hit it. Oh, yeah.
One thing that was really cool about CEO this time around as well was the player intros. You know how like when they walk down to the ring and they all like flex and whatnot? One of the most iconic intros is when Nee brought out the Thanos gauntlets. That was like super iconic. But this time around, I think a lot more people played into it. You had some people going out dancing. There was one guy who did the Ginyu Force, I think it's called, from Dragon Ball Z. And then you also had Arslan Ash passing out arcade levers. That makes me interested to see what people do next time around. If Arslan is passing out sticks, you know someone's going to want to top one up that and just pass out. Like, who knows, bro? They're going to be passing out PS5s next time around. That is just so crazy to me. And it was just cool to see everyone, like, because, you know, sometimes people just walk out all casually, but to see everyone kind of play it up, I like that. Overall, the tournament was pretty hype, but top 8 was also very insane. Of course, once again, you have a lot of Noctis, Arslan using Kunimitsu, you have Julia top 8, John Ding was playing incredible, CBM was playing incredible. This CEO Grand Finals is just a taste of what I think we're going to see in the Gamers 8 tournament. They showed us which people will be playing in that event. 3-on-3, playing for $1 million total. That's going to be incredible. And just seeing how Korea sort of came, you know, top 8 grand finals, Arslan was up there, VDX, an American, was up there. It just makes you wonder how a full-on 3-on-3 represent your country is going to turn out. It was funny that Arslan Ash went there with the goal of gatekeeping. His plan was to come in first place and take the points so no one else can basically achieve it. And yeah, he wasn't able to do that, but he was still trolling on Twitter. Speedkick says, you guys said NA Tekken was weak, but Arslan Ash was playing with us for a whole month and then had his worst placement in recent history. The power of NA, baby. And then Arslan responds to that and says, people come to Pakistan and level up. I come to NA and level down for real, for real. That is just hilarious, bro. You gotta love the FGC. This tournament was definitely a memorable one. I kind of like that Tekken 7 ended, you know, Saturday. So that way we could sit back, we could just watch and see, you know, what Street Fighter, the next generation of this